Now I know you have some questions. First, you can actually see my sad sack of bones I call a body, and second, I should be on break, right? Well, I kinda lied. Creative burnout, mental health, psh, that's for babies who can still feel emotions. I don't know how long I've been like this. Please help. So instead of, actually doing good by my brain, I was training, studying all I could because I knew hell was coming. Through several hours of research, one wiki article, I found that to best an enemy, you need to learn more about them inside and out. Or in other words, en realidad no tengo idea de lo que estoy haciendo. But in other English words, I need to become one with this children's game from the 2000s. I need a part of it inside me. So bottoms up. Gotta say, didn't expect to spend my week opening fake beer, that's for sure, but what can you do? You gotta give the people what they want.
And honestly, this isn't too bad. To be able to understand me, I'm talking stuff like this.
Hey, it kinda looks like I'm pissing. I guess you could say IPA. Lot. What am I, 2? Anyways, welp, here goes nothing. I can feel myself becoming one with Homer. Nope. Wait, that's just a stomach cramp. Well, that was disappointing, and definitely not worth the wait. God, what am I doing with my life? Anyways, here's the thing you actually came for. Gameplay. This old fisherman knows where Bart is and will tell us for a favor. He wants me to save all of the fish that are just lying on the street for some reason. Ugh. Are you sure these fish didn't purposely throw them off your truck? Look at that. So unnatural. Life must be living hell. Oh, I'm talking about the rendering, but yeah, those debilitating mutations must also kinda suck. The old guy said that Bart was in that limo, and I don't know what to say here. I just parked.
Oh God, I destroyed the limo and killed Bart!
No murderer ye be.
Oh, yeah, tell that to the guy that was driving the limo. Wait, you can't. He's a pile of smoke. I found Bart, but a Bart of him seems to be missing. Yeah, he's brain dead. Now getting to play as Marge, we looked towards the police to find a cure. After all, they're very obviously professionally trained, so they should be able to help some cop, more like pop out of existence. Oh. Budget cuts, right? So before anything else, the cops want donuts. Wow, Simpsons, really exploiting a stereotype. How low have you gotten? That's certainly nothing I would ever do. This mission, which was just more bashing and grabbing, was all easy once I found its route, and all I had to do there was sit, look pretty, and take my hits. Ah, the life of an American housewife. You know, I'm not just a cop. I've actually been looking into knitting. Of course, that didn't turn out too well. I stitched my hand to my gun, but I mean, now I'm always at the ready. Pissing is ball busting though. Literally. Anyways, me playing around aside, we found that the cure to Bart could be in some sort of crop field nearby.
No hands!
Well, technically, that would be a pretty good workaround for countries where women can't drive. Can't put my hands behind bars if they weren't behind the wheel. What was I saying? Yes. In order to get more info from Cletus, we need to do a job for him. Apparently, he wasn't potty trained because he drops crap everywhere, and we have to pick it up. After that, Cletus still thinks we haven't helped out enough, so I have to get new clothes, meaning more coins. The score really changes at night. The beautiful chirping of distinct birds intertwined perfectly with a golden harp. You can almost hear the glitter. And of course, the ball of electricity aimed at my face. Wait, what?
Oh, this is going right next to Bart's baby shoes.
Oh, cute. What did I get? What? Yeah, I got all the money for a prison uniform, which I feel I should have gotten for free by now. I've broken enough laws, but anyways, time for tasks. This driving section is so annoying. First, it's timed, and second, I have to control a piece of junk driven by another piece of junk. I'm talking about the hillbilly. We have to pick up these packets, and the game so desperately wants you to use these glass shortcuts that it'll even put packets brackets right in front of them. Luckily, I found a workaround for all of the glass except this one. It took a while, but this one right here needs to be broken through. Technically, you could go around, but there's just not enough time. So add 1 to the counter.
This looks painful.
Well, you were the one who was just crushed to death, so you tell me, was it painful? Actually, scratch that. Don't tell me. God, those are the eyes of someone who is either in constant pain or who can't feel pain anymore, and I don't know what's worse. Why did I come up with that? That's so depressing. Anyways, off to the cemetery. Oh, no, not in the kill myself way. I know I said depressed, but I mean for a mission. But seriously, if this game keeps on being this annoying. We met up with this old guy who begged for help. He was out after curfew visiting a friend at the cemetery and needs to get back stat. So, as the gentleman I am, I informed him that I only have 2 seats in my car and quickly ran him over. Anyways, time to meet up with an old person I actually care about. Or I'm actually told to care about. We need to get his meds, and it was just easy racing.
How could you hooligans steal an old man's medication?
I know, that's like driving a car through a kid's playground. Oh, hey Lisa, do you have the engine revved? Yeah, getting the pills was easy peasy. Okay, Lisa, listen to me. If anyone ever asks, I was at a state and your chromosome deficient brother went on a joyride. We gave Gramps the pills, but apparently they put him to sleep. Keyword apparently. Is this how he gets out of doing stuff he doesn't want to do? Sorry sir, but your taxes are due. Are you pretending to be asleep? You know that your eyes are open, right? And now he's walking away. After waking our horribly acting Gramps, we learned that pop is the cure to Bart's ailment. I think the writers brain popped when they came up with that. Real Homer stuff. Sorry, I meant hard-hitting. Bart had his door closed, and, you know, I'm a good parent, so I let him have his privacy knocked, and instead climbed through his window. Surprisingly, the soda thing actually worked. Great, now the only problem he has is, well, everything that comes with being Bart. We learned that the government is spying on us, yada yada yada, and I need more money for a cop costume, because let's add impersonating an officer to the list of stomped on laws. Will this help? Okay. Wow game, women can use barbecues. Yes, Homer also blew it up, but come on, that's Homer. I got all of the coins, and now, with a new costume under my belt, as well as a felony or 2, we had to collect all of the evil soda on foot. The no running part of this challenge hasn't really been a problem until right now. There are no cars, and I have to collect 30 cans in 2 minutes at a breakneck pace, meaning I was going so slow, I wanted to break my own neck. I got the route down pretty well, and surprisingly, after picking up a nearby car, I beat it with 1 second to spare on my first go. Hell yeah.
And if I find the distributor, I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind.
Well, I think that's what Bart did, and that's our problem in the first place, so please don't do that. Apu told us that there was a nearby pop truck coming by, so we need to destroy it or just sit there and let it destroy itself. I started to get super worried, as this is the tankiest enemy by far. Even with the 2 whole minutes I had and my biggest truck, it just wasn't enough. So trying again, I switched out for my truck and the same problem, until I realized I could get out of my car. This shouldn't be a big deal, right? Wrong! You knew that I was setting you up there. Well, for some reason, I was doing a crap ton more damage, even enough to finish. I don't know why this worked, but it did, so I won't complain. Man, why are these things so popular in movies? It didn't even do any damage and sounded lame. I give being in an exploding car a 2 out of 5. The premise of dying is interesting, but not well executed. Execute? Get it? I'm gonna go execute myself. There were 2 more big trucks, and thankfully the same strategy of memorizing their routes works perfectly. The cops did get a little suspicious on how I've been the sole survivor of so many car accidents, but luckily I was able to get away.
Now where do I go?
Well, you did say that while running someone over, so there's a good chance it's prison. Now getting to play as Apu, I was faced with this. And the pain I felt was taking the noose off from around my neck, I started to get really confused. I have to smash this glass to get to the truck behind it. Yeah, this is the only entry. First I tried going over, but even with the tallest cars, it just wasn't enough. I tried going around, but still nothing. I thought about using my first strategy of just sitting there, but then I realized the glass won't hit me. So I had to think of something else. Something ingenious. Murder. So I went around bashing pedestrian after pedestrian until the cops were called. The limit is 11 if you're interested. 10 murders and you're off the hook. I placed myself in front of the glass, parked, and bam. Just like that, arrested for homicide, but also the glass is gone.
This is not good for my insurance.
Well, technically, this isn't your car, so don't worry about it. Actually getting into the mission, yeah, that was just getting there, of course another cola truck. This time we decided to just follow it and pick up the evidence instead of blowing it up. Mostly because it's way easier, but also because I will shove 2 cola cans into my eyes if I ever have to do one of those missions ever again. This mission in total was pretty great. We asked the mob if they knew anything about the cola, and they gave us one of those, "Hey, I'm not threatening you or anything, but you want to see your own spleen?" Needless to say, message received, read, and I will not be able to sleep tonight. After running away in fear, all of this screaming made us remember about our babies, so we had to pick them up from the hospital. When I first got there, I gave the doctor one of my special homemade lobotomies for really no reason. "I'm sorry, sir, but one of your children didn't make it through the surgery." "Oh my God, which one?" "Well, we couldn't identify the body, but if I could just stop rolling, I can show you the pictures." So yeah, the babies need some more diapers, I'm fucking insane, and I have to buy a new vehicle. Jesus, they need to rename this game to Midlife Crisis Simulator because it's giving me a mental breakdown. Oh yeah, and the excessive amount of carb buying. Oh yeah, evil alien cola for humans. Shh. At least get some human-looking aliens. It's obviously fake. You see their faces? Plus one of them has red hair. But anyways, one accidental kidnapping later, officer, I swear, I don't know, he just appeared in my car, and we had just enough money. Wait up though, this mission requires more than just overpriced and weird-looking cars. It calls for me to become one with the enemy. No, like not through Zen or anything, but money. Dramatic, right? Yeah, I found I could buy this thing, so I saved up for it. But back on track, I need to hit this car to get out all of the diapers. Look, you can even see the little babies in the back. Oh, this would be so much more wholesome if they weren't slowly dying. Okay, rather quickly dying. Mom, step on the brakes. Luckily, this mission was extremely easy, and I was right back before my little guys had to use the toilet. With that taken care of, I apparently had to stalk some police, which requires its own outfit.
Hello, famous American clown.
Jesus, Apu, you tore that poor construction worker apart. I'm sorry, guy, you're not a clown. I went back to the first level for some quick coins, and just like that, I had it all. We followed a donut trail, and holy crap, I have never seen this many crimes performed by a cop. Well, at least he's murdering pretty indiscriminately, so at least we have that. Oh my, was that his son? Now this mission. If I had to describe why this mission was so hard in just one word, I'd say I'm stupid. First, you have to follow this garbage truck, and the driver's skills are appropriately trash. Man, hiring people at the bumper cart ring was probably not the best idea. I thought this was a good thing as it's easy to keep up with them, but then that transitions into a large collectathon, and that stupid driver wasted so much of our time. I spent over 30 minutes trying the same mission over and over. It's mostly just like normal except for these stupid walking sections which take me forever. Now I know what you're thinking. You're a massive baby, you're not funny, and you should stop whining. Wait, that wasn't in the script. Why did I say those things about myself? Now I know what you're thinking. Stop whining. This mission looks easy. Yes, but when you need every second you can get, just not sprinting is a death sentence. This all would have been impossible, but luckily, after you get a good run, you can just squeeze by this glass and you're home free.
Greetings, loyal customer.
Yes, Apu, I know you work at service, but cut it out. We're at the DNV and he's breakdancing. Look, if you don't listen to me, I will breakdance you. Then, this next mission. Just when you want a teensy break. This hoodlum wouldn't give me the info I want about the pop, so of course I had to resort to my final trick. Now listen here, bub. If you don't tell me where the coke is, I'ma help you again, but please make it easier this time. Shaking off the night tremors, we had to break open an armored truck. Great, in this tiny car. Why? Does God hate me because I hate him back? I immediately went to my normal strat and was shocked. nothing, and he wouldn't even back up to ram into me. They know better, always going forward. Looks like we found the one non-glue sniffer in the entire town. Luckily, there was no timer, so I had as much testing time as I wanted, which seemed pretty useless until... I see you anorexic little red bar. So yeah, since this car would just go in loops, I would drive ahead, park in front, and just wait for chip damage. Again, since there's no time limit, I would just have to make sure that my car doesn't get too damaged, which shouldn't be a Why is there smoke? Luckily, there are repair kits, and with that, I was done. Now, the vital info I just went through all of that crap for was just go to the museum. We could have skipped over all of that, just all of the suffering, just go to the museum. Now, again, another extremely hard mission. We are in a tiny car and have to blow up another tiny car. Balanced, right? Well, apparently this silver beast is powered on God's piss and nuclear material, because look at how fast it is. All you need to know is that it took forever, but I finally got lucky. The AI killed itself before I could kill myself. But anyways, we were finally done with Apu. Getting to play as Bart, I kinda hit a rock bottom. My one ally abandoned me, and I could just tell torture was coming up. Moping around, even the homeless people gave money to me. It was all at a loss until Bus Guy here said he would give me a ride. I don't know why this cheered me up so much, but it did. All easy stuff, just running over more kids, except, you know, this time it's canon. So we warned Mr. Krusty about the aliens, and he told us that he doesn't believe it, because look at him, he's a man of stature, with oversized shoes and a painted on nose. Okay, you sure you don't believe me? So we need to track down a scientist for solid proof, but unfortunately, he just goes whizzing by, and I have to slowly walk to my car, leaving me next to no time. My doctor always said my lack of cardio would be the death of me, but I just didn't imagine it this way. Luckily, I was barely able to catch up. Now, this mission. Honestly, I don't think words can describe it. At least my 3-syllable vocabulary can't. This game was so ready. The timer is basically non-existent, and this truck is so sturdy. Needless to say, my first attempts were nowhere close. I mixed and matched cars, but they were either too slow or not heavy enough. But then I found the vehicular murder weapon that was just right. I was able to ram myself in, not only finishing it, which was surprising, but with so much time to spare. With that done, I thought I was too, but then the game grabbed me by the hair and whispered, "Oh, we're nowhere close to done. I have to go through this glass to get a laser gun." Okay, so it's a poo all over again, but now I'm on a timer. Starting to freak out, I hit pedestrian after pedestrian. Don't worry, I had a plan. Now with the cops on my trail, I drove into position, but for some reason, they wouldn't come anywhere close. Come on, I won't bite. I've killed several people, but just... please, for some reason, I don't know why, they all just despawned. Now, actually losing my mind because I still have time, that's how lucky this run was. I actually had a genius level thought for once. I quickly ran into the middle of the street. No, this was not a suicide mission. Grabbed one of these cars, carefully parked, and bam, I was done. See, with Apu, none of the cars were tall enough, but in level 6, this speaker car is introduced, and that little green bit gave me just the teensiest amount of height I needed. I cannot tell you how good it felt to randomly improvise a plan like that. That being said, I'm never doing it again. We showed the ray gun to Mr. Skinner for some reason, which of course turned out horribly. We have to destroy his car, and after a little bit of back and forth of unsuccessful testing, I found that the old hop out of your truck and let the enemy kill itself trick worked like a charm. Man, not playing a video game has never been this rewarding. Except for, you know, studying, having a social life, and actually having a general life. But besides those things, yeah. I had to rack up some money, yada yada yada. I gave Krusty the gun, and he said, "Lamau, don't care, erase aliens." It was all pretty easy stuff. And now, back to Homer. Let's see how he's coping. Jesus Christ, at least let me finish my sentence. And on the lamp? Really? The only thing you could hang from that is an infant. infinitesimally small person. I caught myself there. For real, that is baby death rope though. So yeah, you can kind of tell by the rather grave situation, but zombies have risen from their graves, and all Homer can still think about is gravy. I was tasked with collecting supplies, so of course the first thing I did was actually meet the zombies face to face. And well, it kind of felt like a black guy walking through a white neighborhood. Nothing too harmful really, I just was kind of stared at. Anywho, now time for fun at the playground. Wait, no, I meant graveyard. Really? Did I mix those up? Well, when I bring my car to the playground, those two become pretty synonymous. I had to buy a zombie car, did some following, all easy stuff, and we learned that the aliens actually have a weakness: toxic waste. This was also the moment where I realized zombies aren't attacking Homer because he doesn't have a brain to eat, which also means I'm more prepared for the zombie apocalypse than I thought. Well, not really thought because I don't have a brain to think, but you know what I mean. Me losing even myself in my own train of thought aside, we had to drive some waste to the aliens, all that fun stuff. Hey, Mr. Willie, your hair's looking a little extra red today, as well as the rest of your body. It looks good though. Oh, you going? Oh, off to see Mr. Burns. I'm actually headed there as well. We had to climb up this big tower, and you may be thinking that I'd be used to heights with how highly everyone thinks of me, but sadly, even gods have fears. Wow, could I have written that as more of a dick? So at the very top, there's an Indiana Jones type puzzle, and while I could have solved it, I'm Homer Simpson, goddammit. I make problems, and then I solve them, all without using my brain. I then got my next task to haul some more chemicals, and I realized that I'm basically playing Death Stranding, except it's fun, has good gameplay, and is actually enjoyable. Okay, they're not at all alike. Delivering it all was pretty easy, but now I need to get a new car. So I jacked the jacketed car hijacker who sounds like he likes to jack off guys. What? And you guys say I sound gay.
Okay, don't get freaky. Get in.
I didn't realize this, but I've been slowly getting less and less time to transport the waste, and this is the final level. First, beating the ghost car is super easy by using shortcuts that don't involve hitting and cutting corners. But this right here is the inferno. 1 minute to get across the map. Plus, I can't use any glass shortcuts, so I technically have even less time. Oh, yeah, and I haven't even mentioned this yet, but I've been playing this entire game with a keyboard and mouse. So, with all the disadvantages stacked up against me, I kinda just sat there. I thought about what route I wanted to take and slowly built it up in my mind. First, drive almost perfectly all the way till the ghost car. Now that I can't take the shortcut right ahead because of glass, I decided that it's actually best to hold my pursuer's attention because the ghost car and nuclear waste both run on separate timers. If you don't understand me, it's fine because it's all bullshit. So I need to give myself every single little advantage I could. I almost ran into the school, thought about wimping out and using the final last shortcut, but said screw it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Oh, the jubilation. Grandpa's slowly dying, but the jubilation. This right here was all of my training paying off. Almost 3 hours of attempts. Oh, god damn, that game was so much harder than it had any right to be. Anyways, thanks for watching. I kind of wanted to do an easier run this week, but I just stumbled into this one and it was way more than I bargained for.